I've been inspired by these blurred grain effects. Let's make this in After Effects. This can be broken down into 3 steps. First, we'll set up our text layers, then we'll add various effects to them, and finally we'll create that wispy background and add a grain effect. Grab your text layer and type out whatever you want. Probably a bulkier text is going to suit this effect a little bit better. I have used the bold font, and I'm just going to align this to the center and then come down to my text layer, right click and go to create shapes from text. So if I drop down into the shape under contents, I can see that each shape has been put onto its own layer, and I'm going to duplicate this a few times so that each letter is on its own shape layer. So on here I'll delete these ones. On here I'll delete this, and so on. So if I bring this up, now we've got F, A, D and E all on their own letters. And then I'm going to duplicate each layer 2 more times. So now I've got 3 of E, 3 of D and so on. And then I'm going to name all of these so we're not getting confused. The first one is going to be called the letter and then color. The next one will be called choke, and the next one will be blur mask. So I'm going to do this for all of them, and then I'm going to go through and parent them to the top layer. So I'll parent the blur to the choke and the choke to the color, and I'll do that for all of the sets of letters. If I move this letter around now, I've selected E, and if I move the color layer around, the other 2 layers are going to come with it. I'm just going to adjust this slightly. So that's our letters set up. Now I'm going to switch everything off and just work on one letter, and we will end up just copying and pasting everything to the other letters. So I've got F here. Now we're going to start on our color layer. So come down into this layer. Under our contents, we're going to add a gradient fill. And under our gradient, I'm going to select a blue and a pink. And it just looks blue at the moment. We just need to edit our start and end point. So I'll just bring the start point over here and the end point over here. Then we're going to come over to effects and presets and type in matte, and we're going to grab the matte choker and drop it onto our F color. So this is basically just going to shrink the outline of our shape a little bit. So I'm going to change the geometric softness to about 57. This is just going to make it a little bit rounder. And I don't want it to be quite so small, so I'm going to change the choke to around about 32. So I'm going to add the Gaussian blur to our layer, and I'll bring this up to about 20. Now I'm going to create that wispy effect, so I'm going to grab the fast blur, CC radial fast blur, drop that onto our layer. I'm going to change the zoom to brightest, and I'm going to raise this up. And if we adjust the center point, we can change the direction of our blur. I'm going to lower this down a little bit so it's flying up. Next, I want to give it a little bit of animation. It's just sitting still right now, so I'll come and grab the wave warp effect. Drop that onto our layer. I want to keep sine for our wave type, and I'm just going to adjust the height, width and direction. I really don't want it to be so close. I want it to be a very large wave, so I'll bring it all the way out, and I'll change the direction quite a bit as well. I don't want this to be going quite so fast, so I'm just going to lower this wave speed to about 0.5. And I'm going to come back over to effects and presets and type in noise, and I'm just going to drop this on there and just give it a tiny bit of noise of maybe about 5. And I'm going to switch off use color and clip results. Moving on to the choke layer, I'm going to change the color to black. And I'm going to come back to the color layer and copy the matte choker and the wave warp. Control C and Control V to paste. The wave warp can stay exactly the same. We do want the black F to be a little bit smaller, so I'm just going to change the size of the choke. So I'll bring this up slightly, and I'll bring this up slightly as well. Moving on to the third F, we're also going to change this to black. And we're going to grab our pen tool. Make sure that mask is selected here, and we're going to put a couple of random shaped masks on our layer, and I'll add another one over here. That has added some shape to our F. Obviously we can't leave it like this, so come over to effects and presets, grab another Gaussian blur, drop that on and bring it all the way up to maybe about 100. Might just bring this in a little bit. If I switch this off, you can see a little bit easier. We've just got this expanded area of the F, so it's not quite even. Cool, so that's that F done. So I'm basically just going to go through and copy everything that I've done on each letter and paste it on every other letter. So I'll just do that now. So I have copied and pasted everything over. Now I'm just going to go and adjust the scale of all of these letters slightly so it fits a bit better, and adjust the gradients, and then I'll jump right back. So I went in and I scaled up my letters, changed the gradient a little bit, but I did just change one last thing. On the choke layer, on the matte choker, I changed the grey level softness from 10 to 51. So I'll just show you a quick example of what it was. So this is before and this is it now at 51. I just really wanted it to have a bit more of a faded look, but both are fine. This is obviously just personal preference. And also, if you were wondering what the scale is, just on the color letters, I changed the scale to 140, and I think I changed the rotation a little bit as well. Now I really just want to brighten all of this up, so I'm going to go up to layer and create a new adjustment layer. I'm going to come over to effects and presets and type in curve, drop this onto my layer. I'm just going to start really raise the lights and the darks. And then I'm going to grab a brightness and contrast, drop that on, and I'm going to bring the brightness up to 150. And I don't even have a background layer in here. If I go and press this, we can see there's nothing there. So I'm just going to create a new solid, call it background, press OK. I'm going to drop that into the back. And then I'm going to create one more solid. I'm going to name this gradient, press OK. And I'm going to start creating that wispy look, like it's kind of coming off the text. So I'm going to go over to effects and presets, and I'm going to grab a 4-color gradient, drop this onto our layer. And I'm just going to try choose some colors from here. I might adjust them slightly. This is so bright because of this layer, so I might just turn that off for a minute. So this is what I ended up with. Now bear in mind the brightness is off, so when I switch it on it's so much brighter, but it appears to be blending in to our letters quite a bit, which is what we want. Now we're going to create that wispy feeling, so I'm going to go to effects and presets and type in burn. I'm going to grab the CC burn film, and I'm going to bring this up to around 60. And that puts these black burn holes behind our text and our background. And we want this moving like our text, so I'm just going to come back onto the color, grab this wave warp, copy it, and paste it onto our gradient. I don't want it to be doing this. It's pulling away from the edges, so you can just go to pinning and go all edges, so it pins it to the side. I want quite a bit more movement than what is happening in the background now, so I'm just going to adjust this quite a bit. I also don't want this speed to be quite as much as the text, so I'm going to bring it down to about 0.1. If you're not completely happy with the holes in the background, you can adjust the seed and it will just randomize it a little bit. But I'm actually okay with how this looks, so I'm going to go to effects and presets, and I'm going to find the add grain tool. This can kill your computer, so now would be a good time to save. I have mine on autosave. Drop this onto your adjustment layer, but I'm just going to change this to final output. So the grain's going to show up all over. I'm just going to change the intensity to 1.5. And so if I switch that off, you can just see there's a slight grain texture on there. I might just adjust this gradient slightly. There we have it. If you love doing text animation within After Effects and you want to see what else you can do, then make sure to check out this video right here. I'll see you in the next one.